Thank you,
Senator
sir.
Kennedy.
Congressman, when moms and dads lie down to sleep at night and can't, one of the things they're worried about is cost of living, high prices. Isn't that true?
Absolutely, certainly.
And
true.
those high prices were caused by inflation.
Yes,
Is that right?
Senator. That's right.
And inflation has come down. That's a good thing, right?
It is a good thing, Senator.
But that just means when inflation has gone from 10% to 3%, that prices are rising less quickly. They're still rising, aren't they?
Yes, Senator.
That's called disinflation.
That's if they fall, that'd be disinflation. Yes, sir.
No. If the rate of inflation comes down, that's disinflation.
Oh, I beg your pardon. Okay.
If prices come down, that's deflation.
Yeah.
Now, most Americans, they don't read Aristotle every day. They're too busy earning a living. They don't know the difference between deflation and disinflation, but they sure as hell understand that the high prices have remained, don't they?
Yes, Senator.
We've got a lot of work to do around here.
Yes,
And
sir.
we need 4 years to do it. And we need a cooperative House and Senate to do it.
I agree, Senator.
If we don't get these high prices down, we're not going to have 4 years. We're going to have a divided Congress. You can write that one down and take it home to mama.
Yes, sir.
This election was about the economy, and people are still worried about these high prices. Now, one way to get these high prices down, to reduce prices, not reduce inflation, reduce prices, would be to reduce the amount of federal spending. Isn't that true?
I think so, Senator.
Because that's how we got here, was with the massive amount of federal spending that President Biden perfected. So if we can reduce the federal budget, we can reduce prices.
Yes, Senator.
That's one thing you and Mr. Vogt can do. Number two, if we deregulate, that'll reduce prices, won't it?
It will, Senator.
Why is that?
Because producers of goods and services in the economy face less costs, particularly less costs that waste money because they're not really accomplishing anything. They're just sort of chasing the regulatory wheel. Sort of
Well,
the hamster
hell
on the wheel.
yeah, we're spending, regulations cost the American business community $2 trillion a year. If we can cut that in half, they can pass and will pass the savings on to the American people.
Yes, sir.
Now, the third way we can get these high prices down, is it not, is to grow out of them,
Agreed.
stimulate the economy,
Certainly, the president intends to do that,
to
Senator.
raise
That's right.
wages.
Yes. Real wage gains.
So this idea that we have to go into a recession in order to have deflation is not really true, is it?
Not at all.
If we cut spending, if we deregulate the economy, if we stimulate the economy in a way that helps real people, small businesses and large businesses, but mostly real people to increase their wages, we can deal with these high prices, can't we?
That's exactly right.
Well, that's what I hope you gentlemen will do.
Well, we'll need
And,
help
and,
from Congress.
and focus, I haven't heard enough about deregulation. I mean, I know these other issues that we're talking about are important, but that's the surest way
I can assure you, Senator,
in the
that it
short
is-
term while we're working on a reconciliation bill. The surest way is to deregulate and reduce the spending.
I can assure you that that is a focus that Director Vogt is focused on like a laser, and the effort's getting ready to get underway.
Yeah. Now, another question, quickly. Do you think we ought to be sending government checks to dead people?
No, Senator, I think that's poor management.
During the pandemic, we sent out $1.4 billion of checks to dead people, didn't we?
I don't have the figure, Senator, but I wouldn't be surprised by that, given everything.
And they were
that I've seen.
cashed, weren't they?
They generally get cash whether they're dead or not.
What does that tell you?
Somebody's live.
Yep. Now, Senator Carper and I passed a bill. It took us 2 years. To try to stop that, when you die, the state sends your name to the Social Security Administration. Your name goes on what's called the death master file.
Yes, sir.
I went to Social Security and I said, can I see the list? They said, sure. I said, who do you share this with? They said, nobody. We can't. We don't have statutory authority. So you don't share it with the do not pay folks at Treasury? They said, nope. It's against the law. Well, rather than argue with them, Senator Carper and I passed a bill. But believe it or not, to say Social Security, share the dead people list with the rest of government, for God's sakes. Put down the bong and share it with them. And believe it or not, we had opposition. So we had to agree to a 3-year trial period. That 3-year trial, we've saved a bunch of money. That 3-year trial period is up at the end of 2026. I've got another bill with Gary Peters to extend it, to make it permanent. You guys got any problem with that?
Well, Senator, I cannot speak for the president or for Director Vogt.
Oh, go ahead.
But I can't, it's hard for me to imagine who would be opposed.
Well, you'd be surprised.
No, sir, I wouldn't be surprised as it turns out, but I still can't imagine who would be opposed.
Okay. You going to follow the law?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You going to defy court orders?
No, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator.
Dead people have a very good lobby, apparently.